Fighters eyeing each other.
A lot of intensity here. This is going to be a little bit of an interesting one for Kosterin. I wonder, you know, does he rely on his experience as a boxer to keep him calm, or is this more of a, oh,
wow,
damn, he just
heavy
ate
hands.
a heavy right hand. And a shrug from Lazarets like, what?
I think he came prepared. This is an 8-man tournament, so he's ready for this one. Sorry, a 4-man tournament.
And interestingly enough, they have an 8-sided cage to contend with here.
Yeah, not too much corners to pressure in.
Right.
Easy to get out of one.
And a real educated jab there by Danik Kosterin. And Lazarets just kind of covering up. And I think the idea here is going to be the battering ram again, is to basically use good defense and try and essentially wait for an opening where he can blast in with a heavy overhand right or something to that effect.
But Danik now is putting on the pressure. Throwing combinations, not getting through so much, but still being the active side right now.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, one of the things that I see here is
trying to fake out the opponent.
I've got to say that Lazarets fights a little bit more like an MMA fighter than he does a boxer in this case, right? He is looking for kind of like a bigger shot rather than actually putting on volume, which we know can be really, really critical. And one big shot is all well and good when you have small gloves on, but not with gloves of this size. So I would like to see him use a more educated jab with a little bit more volume, because right now Kosterin is really, you know, he's kind of applying more point-scoring strikes.
You also have to consider the fact that they're going into a 4-man tournament, and he has potentially a second fight ahead of him. So maybe he's just
he hit him on the way down.
Maybe.
What did I say about the mixed martial arts field?
Maybe Mikola is just holding back and holding his energy, so saving it for the later rounds.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Lazarets does have, youth on his side, not by much, but, a little bit more energy there. These boxing fights here tonight will be 3 3-minute rounds. So, you know, you do need to conserve yourself a bit, but also got to stay pretty active because you don't have many rounds to work with.
Absolutely, and Danik here just show boasting, looking at all sides, throwing his hands up to distract the opponent, and for once he was just hanging on the opponent, Mikola.
Yeah, Lazarets has that, like I said, that battering ram approach on display right now, looking for a big shot. But Kosterin, you know, if he's able to use volume and really kind of just outmaneuver and really just try and keep tapping him, I think he is the more, how would I call it, textbook boxer here.
Both fighters now taunting each other.
And throwing heavy leather. Oh! And he knocks him down. With bad intentions, too.
It is an 8 count. And by boxing rules, that deducts a point from Danik's side. End of round 1.
End of round 1, and a hell of an end to that round, of course, with the standing 8 count there.
Let's see the highlights.
That jab and really applying volume is Kosterin, and boom, heavy right hand. That equalizer that is power. Lazarets just blasts in. And Kosterin, of course, doing the right things, trying to stay mobile, trying to stay volumatic in his approach, and he eats a good check left hook there for his trouble.
You know, to me, Danik was the more active side on this round, but he also got knocked down.
Yeah, and a little bit of that there, you know. So we'll call it a loose interpretation of the boxing rules from Lazarets there. I'm definitely getting that his approach is much more mixed martial arts than it is pure sweet science, so to speak.
I mean, we are fighting in an octagon, so.
Might as well. Yeah, and here you see a little bit of that showboating movement and an interesting approach. Does not surprise me in the least that Lazarets has a brass knuckle tattoo on his chest there, because he comes in swinging. Aggression and intention, both nasty.
Let's see, will they keep up this showmanship?
Start of round 2, and again, you have Kosterin going to work with that jab a little bit, really trying to back up Lazarets. Lazarets puts a right hand down the middle.
Danik definitely being the more loose fighter here.
Yeah, and applying volume, right, which is important in these cases. So, of course, he very likely lost that round, I would say, or at least perhaps even due to that knockdown. But, yeah, let's see. Or I guess you could call it 2 knockdowns, though one of them looked almost like he was trying to do a takedown there. 2 for flinching. Oh, then you have Lazarets trying to go over the top with that right hand. Again, much the battering ram in this scenario, whereas Kosterin looking to apply that volumatic pressure.
Yeah, it's just keeping the pressure on, not throwing something too serious.
Yeah, and I think he learned a valuable lesson in terms of like overcommitting when he did get his clock a little bit cleaned there. So now he's looking to be a little bit more wary, be a little bit more defensively sound, and apply that jab. Another thing I've noticed from Lazarets is, he really does headhunt. And that's why I said, he gives me a bit more of the MMA fighter feel. Is he tends to headhunt and he doesn't go to the body often. And I wonder, was that Kosterin trying to kind of like coax out of him some kind of, we'll call it, stuff the takedown kind of, reaction. Oh, and Kosterin hit him.
Did he get rocked or was it just a slip?
I think it was a little bit uneven on his footing. Oh, a good left uppercut though from Kosterin.
One thing that might make Lazarets more very, or like careful is that Kosterin is fighting in a southpaw.
Yeah. Well, he put that right hand. Well, another thing, though, that Kosterin is doing that is not advisable is he's circling towards the power of Lazarets. And, like, that's not a great idea. I mean, specifically when he hits that hard, like I said, he's a battering ram.
He sure does seem to be. Kosterin charging in as well.
Yeah, that's very dangerous, though, when you're circling towards that power hand. I mean, that's why he saw that the potential opening, rather, for that overhand right. A little blitz in from Kosterin. Oh, and again, he gets him with that right hand. I'm not sure. Maybe, Kosterin has a better read on ringsmanship than I do, but I would be very wary about circling towards that power. Round 2 in the books. Real active, exciting round from both fighters. Lazarets headhunting and throwing hard leather, and Kosterin, of course, putting on a little bit more volume. But again, just scoring, perhaps not doing too much in terms of damage to Lazarets this round.
Let's see which strategy will play off at the end. Round 3 is now on its way.
A little blitz in there from Kosterin. And then Lazarets, again, I'm getting that MMA vibe here. It almost looked like he tried to stuff a takedown and was about to go into full clinch mode.
Maybe he'll finish the 2 boxing matches and then go for a 3rd MMA fight.
Yeah, maybe so.
Warming up.
And then again, well, there, of course, he uses the, boxing's rule set to his advantage. Not a defensively sound retreat position in mixed martial arts, but definitely is so in boxing. Well, you're going to want to keep that mouthpiece there, young man. Our 3rd and final round here tonight in our opening of this 4-man boxing tournament. We have Mikola Lazarets and Danik Kosterin. And these two take to the center. With, again, we have Kosterin circling towards the power of Lazarets.
Danik being 15 here, but I wouldn't say it from just watching the fight. I mean, he's doing a good job of matching Mikola's experience.
Yeah, and he eats a hard shot there. Oh, and a glancing blow from that right hand.
Danik loves the taunt. It almost feels like he's training it, Once a week, he's just training the fakes.
Yeah, taunting only.
Yeah.
I would like to see Mikola Lazarets use that jab, though. I mean, of course, he uses it in a setup for what he expects to be good offense. But if he keeps that jab moving, that's very, very helpful. Lazarets hands down.
to differentiate them more, I would like to see like a big effort now in the round number 3 from either side.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Moving in and trying to confuse Lazarets a little bit, I think, with that movement. Throwing heavy leather with really no respect for the power of Lazarets. That's kind of surprises me. Well, there you go. And Lazarets knows it. But something tells me this ain't the first time Kosterin has been hit. He just shrugs it off, really no problem, even though we know the power Lazarets possesses. Again, showboating a little bit, trying to taunt out some of that offense so that he could potentially take advantage of it.
Both reaching for the overhand at the same time.
Yeah. But Kosterin going to the body a little bit more, and now on his bicycle running around in circles.
Pointing to the center.
Yeah.
Let's fight here.
Oh, there Lazarets goes to the body. Nothing super clean, but a little something.
Opa, and a nice left hook strikes. Lands clean on Kosterin's chin.
Yeah, and Lazarets, of course, favoring that high guard. So a lot of the stuff Kosterin is throwing doesn't get through, but that one does, that left hook.
We could say it's quality against quantity.
You could say that. Again, though, that volume can be, if you are able to get those shots through the guard, if you're able to break the guard on occasion, like those can be scoring shots. And that's something that Lazarets needs to account for. And he does score twice there with that right hand.
Let's see what's going to happen in the last 10 seconds of this round.
A little bit of a fire and fury situation here, but Kosterin managed to unseat Lazarets a bit. And that's it for this first matchup of the evening. He's like, hey, you have no use for this mouth guard, but you better have it in your mouth anyway. And it seems to me like Lazarets is proud of his performance. Let's see what the judges think of this.
Suure aplausi meie täna õhtustele esimestele fighteritele! Kohtunikud on minu kätte toonud meie esimese poolfinaali, 4 mehe poksimehe poolfinaali tulemuse. Ja meie 4 mehe poksiturniiri esimese poolfinaali võitis kohtunike 3-0 ühese otsusega. Punane nurk, Mikola Lazarets!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Mikola Lazarets. How are you feeling tonight?
I feel good. After 6 fights, I have another fight. I am ready. I am not tired. Who think that? See you after 6 fights. And thank you everyone. I listen everyone who support me. Thank you. And yeah.
An incredible performance. You had a very, very furious kind of pace and a lot of heavy punches thrown. How are you feeling about that fight later tonight?
Fuck, my English a little bit better again.
How are you feeling about that fight later tonight, given you expended a lot of energy there, a lot of heavy shots thrown?
Bro, I don't understand now you, but I said one. I was good preparation. I am ready. I am here. And I hope I will be a winner in this night. I will try.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Mikola Lazarets.